Hey bosses, today I'm talking about and I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can monitor your remote workers. So did you know that 88% of organizations, this is currently 88% of organizations are encouraging or asking their employees to work from home? I know that is a huge amount of workers that are going to be now working remotely. And so obviously there's some benefits that come to this. And I have actually mentioned this in some other videos. Some of the benefits of working remotely include, hey, you only have to look professional from the waist up. You can have PJ bottoms or sweatpants. You are not going to be having those long commutes anymore. You're saving on gas and time. And also your employees are working hard. Productivity has increased. So these are all great benefits to working from home. But the thing to think about is when you have your workers working remotely, how do you make sure that the workload of that employee is not too much? And you also going to have some people that are going to slack. It's just the way it is. All right. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. All right, so let's get started. So 3 ways to monitor your remote workers are going to be, the first one is email. So this is a great way to monitor employees because it's how we communicate, and this is how we are sharing information and how you are receiving information. And so some things that you do on a daily basis probably are you are assigning projects, you are going to delegate tasks all through email, and you're going to ask for status updates via email. So all these things are how we communicate, how we share information. And there is actually a software out there that does a lot more, and that is they will actually track your employees, how they communicate versus the number of emails that are sent and received by other people. There are also going to be ways that you can see which are the busiest email days of the week, which is the busiest time of the day. You can also see how the average time on maybe an email is crafted and sent. So all these things are huge. And you're also going to see maybe who in your team is actually sending the most emails and who is receiving them. So you can kind of look at workload based on that with this email platform. And the second way to actually monitor tasks for your remote workers is through task lists. So some organizations have a project platform that they use, project management. You can create Excel spreadsheets or Word documents, however you want to do it. But there is something to think about when you are creating this, and have your managers think about this as well, and that is to make sure that you kind of have evaluated the length of time that it takes to complete a task or project. Because if you're not looking at that, then you may overburden your employees. And that is what obviously we don't want, because this whole idea is to monitor the amount of workload and monitor performance. Another thing with task list is you can have your employees kind of create their own tasks and then create their list, and then they can check it off and send to you the date that those tasks were completed. It's a great way to monitor. And then the third is self-reporting. So self-reporting, I think, is very simple, obviously, and that is you can have your managers or to ask your employees to give kind of like a daily recap of what the status is of a project or a task that they were assigned. And then this way they're informed, they can send you this information as well if you need, and everybody knows what's going on. And it's monitoring without micromanaging. Basically, you're empowering them to get the work done, but you're just making sure that, hey, let me know how things go, And if you need any help, let me know that as well. Now, there are organizations that require a time tracking system. And those organizations obviously are probably, law firms, accounting or bookkeeping firms. And these are because you've got people who, that's how they bill their clients. That's how they bill their customers, is through billable time, billable hours. And there are organizations that require that, and that is fine. That is perfect. But there are also organizations that don't bill clients and customers this way. And those organizations, I'm not a real big fan of time tracking your employees. And that is because time tracking can be not accurate in the fact that maybe you've got some meetings that pop up, or you've got telephones to return, and that employee is probably not inputting that information. So it's already inaccurate. Second is that maybe you've got some people who may falsify their time. You've also got really high performing employees, and I know one in particular where her time is tracked, and she is so efficient, and she's been doing this job for a while that she is really good at it. And so it doesn't take her as long to complete a task. And if she is not actually on her computer, she will get an email from her boss saying, "Hey, I noticed you were down for an hour. What's up?" And so it could be that she's researching an article, or reading an article based on her industry and what she's doing, but she's getting called out because she's not, the time tracker is not picking up her effort and workload. So that's one of the reasons I'm not real fond of that. I think the focus should be on output and results. So if you've got people who are high performing and they're getting the job done and the results are coming in, that's, I believe, where the focus should be. And it's a great way to monitor performance as well, and productivity and efficiency. So anyway, it's just my 2 cents. So hopefully you found some value in this, and I just want to recap for you one last time, and that is the 3 ways to monitor remote workers is 1, email. 2 is to create task lists, and the 3rd is self-reporting. So hopefully you found some value. If you did, please like the button below, and don't forget to subscribe to get more tips and tricks on how you can become a better manager or boss. And last but not least, go out and be that boss that your employees really want to work for. All right? Bye, guys.